All right, welcome to day 3 of the WTA Finals, and it's the second matches, so we're starting to get serious. Players are going to start qualifying for the semis. I think if Swiatek wins in straight sets, she qualifies, maybe. Or if I think if either player wins in straight sets, I think they qualify. For the semi-finals, they cannot be knocked out, so we'll see how this goes. And then, of course, we've got Anisimova taking on Keys, which is a must-win match because the winner of that match will stay in the hunt, and the loser probably won't be able to qualify, especially if it's straight sets. So let's see what happens. Let's see. Christmas tree already? Christmas started a month ago. I don't know where have you been. Hang on a sec. There we go. So yeah. So that's what's it's. Hang on. This tree's annoying me. There we go. That's better. If Rybakina wins and Keys loses, Rybakina qualifies. If Rybakina wins and Keys loses, okay. Cool. Christmas starts on the 24th of December and finishes on the 25th evening. Wrong. Apparently next year, the Paris Masters will cut off the ATP Finals, should make it less messy with these 230 wildcards. Yeah, I agree. I love it. I think that Paris should be the last tournament. And then the 250s afterwards are just for everybody else, not for players trying to qualify. By the way, Felix pulled out of Metz, which means that Musetti has it in his hands to qualify. It's up to him. He has to win, but he has to. It's within his grasp. I mean, Felix has opened the door. Hey, Jenny, thanks for the 41 months. Sad to see the season ending soon. Yeah, it's been a long year, though. It's been a big year. But welcome back. I love the Christmas tree. Love amazing content. Thank you. Appreciate it. This is my Christmas tree. This is the Halloween tree that I was supposed to put up, but I didn't paint it black because it's just been raining. So I just thought I'd put it up instead because it was sitting on the floor. Also, I'm waiting for the tree topper. I haven't got it yet, so I'm just waiting for the thing on the tree topper, and then we'll be fine. But I think it looks good. Mia's just sitting down here now. Mia is now right there. But you can still hear her. I'm obsessed with baseball this year and kind of ditched tennis for a bit. Fair enough. Well, welcome back. Tennis is back. Well, at least you can start next year. When's baseball start? Like March? So you got at least a couple months next year. Much cleaner having Paris as the big finale for the top 8. I agree. I kind of wish Wuhan for the ladies was the big finale for them, but they've obviously got weeks after. But yeah, Paris being the finale is better because then we don't have this, especially this week. Because if Musetti wins the title, he's going to have to play the ATP Finals like the day after. Like he's going to have no time to get ready. So that's yeah. And this wasn't a problem like 2 years ago when they didn't have 250s afterwards. It's only been the last couple of years where they've had Paris has not been the final event. Did anyone see that Medvedev is now a baseball fan? He was tweeting about the World Series. I saw that, yeah. I did see that. Interesting. Sinner and Alcaraz will play a show game at 10th January before Australia. Yeah, so basically that means that United Cup will not have them because I think they're playing in Korea. Is it South Korea they're playing or somewhere? So we can pretty much guarantee that we'll get no Alcaraz, no Sinner before the Australian Open in Australia, which is a little bit of a shame. All right. By the way, Keys is playing today, so that means that Andreeva will not be will not be playing this or playing today, at least not in the singles. Also, chat, yesterday, we talked about it a little bit, that apparently it was Andreeva's team who decided not to play or go to Tokyo and try and just leave it up to chance, which I think, like she said, it was a mistake, and we'll never do that again. But I can't believe that. I cannot believe. I'm a little bit shocked that Felix isn't playing this week. Now he's got an injury, so I can kind of get that. But man, I feel like the ATP Finals, with Djokovic not playing last year and kind of being like, I've already won that enough. And then, even the WTA, the players not competing at the end of the year to qualify, not putting everything into qualify, that's not a good thing. The ATP Finals should be... look, I get, Felix, I understand. He doesn't want to... Because the worst thing could happen, he plays next week, gets worse, and then he has to withdraw anyway from Turin. So... I kind of understand that, but man, I feel like you just gotta it's a very you don't get to qualify very often. If you're lucky, you get to qualify a handful of times. But man, it's just what the Andreeva situation was strange because that was just a mistake from them. But I don't know. I feel like Felix leaving it to maybe he doesn't think Musetti's going to win in Athens, so he's he won't win anyway. Maybe he won't, but we'll see. I think Musetti has to win Athens to qualify, which means he has to beat Djokovic in the final potentially. So, again, maybe FAA doesn't think Musetti will win, and he doesn't believe that Musetti will win, which fair enough. Musetti hasn't been playing great lately. And he's got to play, I think Musetti's got to play Wawrinka, I think, right? Or he's got to play the winner of Van de Zandschulp and Wawrinka, who are playing tonight. Tabilo Djokovic is going to be tomorrow as well. That's going to be fun. But yeah, maybe he just doesn't believe in Musetti. Or he doesn't believe Musetti will win the title, which is, maybe. He's got to win 4 matches, Musetti. Did Felix withdraw? Apparently he did. According to all sources. But then again, sometimes things do get... sometimes you never know. Sometimes things aren't spelled out properly. But apparently yesterday, he withdrew. And it's showing... I'm looking at the draw here, and it's showing that a lucky loser took his place. So yeah, he did withdraw. Djokovic isn't playing Tabilo, though. Yes, he is. He's playing Tabilo tomorrow. Tabilo beat Walton, who now play Djokovic. What are you looking at? Hello? Are you guys looking at the same thing I am? Yeah, players on court. Rybakina with a big smile. I think Rybakina will win this. Rybakina looks so good in that first match. It's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough for Swiatek. Oh, he isn't beating Tabilo, though. Oh, Djokovic is not going to beat Tabilo, you reckon? All right. Musetti hasn't won a title in 3 years. Well, that's probably another reason maybe why Felix is good luck. You haven't won a title in 3 years. You're going to have to win a title to qualify. You're going to kick me out of the finals. If you win your first title in 3 years, you deserve the spot. Maybe that's what Felix is setting down. He's putting the challenge, He's putting the challenge on Musetti, all right, win your first title in 3 years, you can take my spot. I'll step aside. Go for it. Felix is just too nice to say it like that. But I'm saying it like that. FAA is challenging Musetti. He's like, you haven't won a title in 3 years, buddy. Good luck. You take my spot. Go on, try and take my spot. Oh, it's Garcia. That's why Rybakina is smiling. Caroline Garcia. That's cool. She won this title 3 years ago. In a bit of a shock. There are so many photos. It must have just changed. I looked a few minutes ago and they hadn't changed it. Yeah. It was when we went offline yesterday. It kind of got announced pretty much after the final. He said he wasn't going to be playing Mets Novak still hasn't decided if he's playing. Well, there's rumors that he might withdraw Djokovic, which if Felix knew that or had word that was going to happen, maybe that's another reason why he is confident that he's not playing. Like that, if Djokovic withdraws, you don't have to finish top 8. You can finish number 9, right? So maybe that's another reason why Felix withdrew, because he kind of knew that Djokovic maybe he got word of Djokovic withdrawing and thought, well, I don't have to play because either way I'm going to be in. But Djokovic hasn't announced anything, and there's only rumors that he might withdraw. But I think Djokovic's going to play. I think it would be a silly of him not to play unless he's not healthy. If he's injured, don't play. But if he's feeling okay and an opportunity to play Alcaraz or Sinner and test yourself against them in the best of 3, which is what he's been kind of saying since the US Open, I need to play more best of 3 so I can play these guys in a shorter format. There's no better opportunity than playing best of 3 sets in a round robin match. He's guaranteed to play one of them. So I feel like if he's healthy, and obviously that's in if he's not healthy, he won't play. But if he's got a knee issue or a hip issue or whatever he's got, but if he's fit, he should take it on, because he wants to test himself against these guys in best of 3. There's no better opportunity than this week or next week, and then you also get to play against 2 other guys, whoever they are, whoever he gets put in. All right, they're warming up their serves, and then we are going to get started. I think he took his chances. Musetti winning Athens is unlikely with Novak in the draw, and there's always a chance that Novak withdraws in the finals. Yeah, so yeah, Felix, FAA probably made a calculated, and plus he's also, if he's not 100%, and he feels like he needs more time off, it's probably, weighing up the options. I don't play and I get healthy for the finals, and I allow Musetti to try and take my spot, or Djokovic ends up withdrawing. So either way, it's a good, Felix would be very unlucky not to qualify. He needs Djokovic to play, and he needs Musetti to win the tournament, who hasn't won a trophy in 3 years. So Felix not qualifying would be pretty, the likelihood of that happening is pretty slim. But also, like I said, if he did play Metz to try and qualify on his own, but he hurt himself worse, or whatever he was dealing with got worse, then he goes to the ATP Finals hurt if he qualifies, or he goes to the ATP Finals and can't play. So yeah, it's a tricky decision. But again, I think he either doesn't think Musetti's going to win Athens, which is fair enough, or he doesn't, or he knows that Djokovic might not be playing, or that he might have heard something behind the scenes that Djokovic might not play, and then either way he qualifies and he doesn't need to play, and he gets the week off to get fit for the finals. So FA is smart. He's not, I don't think he'd make a silly decision, and the odds are in his favor. There's no the chance of Musetti winning Athens with Djokovic around, even without Djokovic, there's still a tough draw. On an indoor hard court, which is not really Musetti's thing. FAA would be pretty. It would be interesting if Felix had have played if he was behind. I don't think he takes the week off if he's behind in the points, but because he's ahead in the points, or if he was ahead in the points but Musetti had to win 2 matches, he'd probably play, right? But because Musetti has to win a title, it's going to be interesting. We're going to track Musetti this week, because obviously everything that Musetti does, every win he has is one step closer to the finals. And we saw Rybakina make the WTA Finals by winning, 7 matches in a row or whatever it was. All right, here we go. Both were very, very impressive in their first round, but I was more impressed by Rybakina. I think out of all the matches in the first match, or the first matchups for everybody, I think Rybakina beating Anisimova was the most impressive of the bunch. Because she came out and destroyed one of the more informed players. Whereas Swiatek took out Keys, but Keys clearly was compromised. Now, Swiatek hasn't lost to Rybakina in a while. She's figured out how to beat her consistently in the last 12 months. So let's see if Rybakina can get one back. Also, Chad, I want to mention this. As Rybakina's backhand goes in the forehand of Swiatek, forehand of Rybakina, into the forehand of Swiatek as Rybakina hits it long, and it's love 15. 15 love. The last time that Swiatek and Rybakina played, was Vukov there? I don't know. Has Vukov been there? Or has he been absent in the losses? Because we know how much of a difference it makes when he is there. For Rybakina, I mean, she wouldn't be in the WTA Finals if he wasn't in the coach's box, at least, We know that. Like him or not, I think we can... You got to give him that much credit, at least that much, that when he's in the box, she gets confidence out of that and plays a lot better. Now, Cincinnati, I'm not sure. Did he come back in Cincy or did he come back at the US Open? I can't remember. But he wasn't at the French Open, he wasn't in Doha, and he wasn't at the start of the year in Australia. So, in the box, remember, in Australia, it was all over the place. He was there in Cincy? Okay. So Cincinnati was straight set Swiatek, but was that the first week he was back, right? He came back in Cincy. So that's probably not a bad thing either, because he would have been there to see that firsthand what had changed, and seeing firsthand what Swiatek had changed. Not that he wouldn't have watched the French Open and all that shit anyway, but we'll see. We'll see if him being there makes a difference for her, because it usually, we've seen the last 3 or so months she's played a lot better than she did before that. 30-15. Swiatek serves again. Pegula was great too yesterday. Even though Gauff didn't serve well, Pegula still played great. As Rybakina, it's a lovely cross-court winner, 30-all. Ooh. 30-all. Serve again is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Forehand now from Swiatek. The backhand of Rybakina. Swiatek forehand again. The backhand of Rybakina. Into the backhand of Swiatek. Rybakina backhand again. Into the Swiatek forehand. Rybakina forehand cross court. Swiatek goes down the line. Rybakina's got there with the backhand cross court. Into the backhand Swiatek. Backhand Rybakina hit the line. 30-40. Ace count. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let me put that on the screen. Also, they should have updated the ace count this week, I think. So Rybakina, start of the week was 468. How many did she hit in the first match? She hit 7, so she's on 475. Oops, that's the wrong one. 475 aces. Good forehand from Swiatek. Deuce. Advantage Swiatek. Has it a forehand out of the back of Swiatek. Another backhand from Swiatek. The forehand of Rybakina. Forehand of Swiatek down the middle. Rybakina cross-court forehand. Good shot. Swiatek gets it back. As Rybakina goes down the line wide. And Swiatek holds. 1 game to Swiatek. All right. All right. All right. Let's see how many aces she can hit today. So she's got to hit 25 aces in 2. She got 2 matches minimum. But obviously, if she makes the semis, that'll be an extra one. And also, she hasn't played Keys yet. And Keys, I mean, I don't know how many aces she's going to hit today. I think Swiatek's going to be a little bit too good on the returns. But obviously, there's the opportunity to play Keys. Remember, only one lady has ever got to 500 aces in a season. Pliskova did it twice. That's it. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. Serve to the back of Swiatek. Return goes back into Rybakina. Swiatek forehand goes long. And it's 15 love. Now, let me have a look at what Rybakina's ace count against Swiatek has been in the past, because like I said, it's hard to ace Swiatek. She's a good returner, and she doesn't let players hit the ball past her very often. Now, against Swiatek in Cincinnati, she hit 10 aces. At the French Open, she only hit 3. Fair enough. In Doha, she only hit 3. That was the Boss Open. No idea. She hit 8 in whatever the Boss Open is. What's the Boss Open? Boss Open April. Oh, that's Stuttgart. She hit 3 aces at Doha last year. Rome, she hit 10 aces. So she hits... Swiatek only allows her to get like 10 aces maximum. So the most aces she's ever hit against Swiatek is 10. She goes down 15-30. So yeah, 10 aces is the maximum she's ever hit against Swiatek. So I don't think she's hitting more than that today. 15-30. Even if it goes 3, it's probably going to be at least, maybe like 8 aces would be a good total. But I don't know if Swiatek's going to allow more than 10. And these courts aren't lightning quick. I don't know if Rybakina is going to be able to get that many aces anyway. Return goes in the back of Rybakina. Swiatek backhand on the stretch. Rybakina into the backhand of Swiatek. Rybakina goes down the line. Swiatek with a forehand cross court. Rybakina on the attack. Hits it long. And it's 15-40. All right, 15-40. As we get a fault from Rybakina, second serve. As that goes the net by Rybakina. All right. 2 loves. Swiatek breaks. Ace count is claimed to be 439 on Tennis Abstract. Not sure where they came up with that. Maybe counting Billie Jean King Cup. Yeah, I don't know if... Because, yeah, the WTA haven't been including Billie Jean King Cup stuff, which is a bit weird. Let me have a look. So, Billie Jean King Cup... How many matches... how many aces did she hit there? But does that count? I don't know if that counts in the WTA's eyes. Because it's not a WTA event, maybe? She only played one match, though, so she wouldn't have hit that many aces in one match. In Pegula, the match against Pegula, she hit 9 aces. That's not nothing. But then she would have played Billie Jean King Cup at the start of the year too, right? So she hit 9 aces against... That's not... I mean, if the WTA haven't counted that, 9 aces is a lot. That's a lot of aces to not have towards the total, right? We're going to have to do some research. If she has hit more than... If the Billie Jean King Cup hasn't counted. Because the Billie Jean King Cup, she did play a few matches there. She played against Australia and Colombia back in April? Yeah, and she hit 7 aces against Birrell. So yeah, maybe she will. Maybe she does have that many. See, this is where the WTA need to get more... this is a historic thing if it happens, you know? We don't get 500 aces has only happened once or twice before. Anyway, Swiatek holds 3-love. So she's hit. So before this week, she hit 468 aces. Then in the first match, she hit 7. Right? And then apparently at the Billie Jean King Cup, she's hit 21. So she would be on 496. God, we need to know this now because if we don't know this, then we might miss it. Let me have a look. Actually, you know what the best thing? I'll just look at the WTA website and let's see if they can, if they show the Rybakina Billie Jean King Cup matches. They say that it says that here that she's 53-19 win-loss. Is that consistent? (53-19). Yeah, okay, that's pretty consistent. All right, 3-love. So it looks like they might have just missed out on the Billie Jean King Cup post-US Open. Because they did show the Billie Jean King Cup qualifiers, they just didn't show the Billie Jean King Cup final. So the 9 aces she hit against Pegula might be missing. But like the other matches, they counted. So yeah, that one match against Pegula is the only match that is not included in her record. So I think she's hit... So what? She's hit... Let me try and get the math. This is important, chat. Trust me, it's important. So it was 477. So she's on... So she's probably most likely on 484 before today. So she's got to hit 16 aces in the next 2 matches. I think that... We'll go with that because it's sort of down the middle. It's higher than the WTA, but it's probably... Did you say tennis abstract? How do I navigate? How do I figure that out? All right. And she's hit 0 aces so far today. 15-0. There's a backhand rally. Swiatek again, the backhand of Rybakina. Rybakina to wide, and it's 15-30. Rybakina's just making errors. By the way, Stan, can you stop putting the scores in the chat? We have a scoreboard for that. Please and thank you. How did you find out how many aces she hit? Is there a leaderboard for that? WTA stats, is that it? $56.21. How does she have 493? Oh, I know what you've done. You've gone for the last 52 weeks, and that counted last year's WTA Finals. That's what the mistake you've made. You got to change the time span to 2025. Because you've done 52 weeks, which counts last year's WTA Finals where she played 3 matches. And that adds the extra. Because when I click 2025, it's equal with the WTA. It's 468. All right. 1540. She hits a forehand winner. Rybakina, 30-40. All right. 30-40. So I'm going to go with... we'll go 468 and we'll stick with this number and then we'll keep going. She says out wide of the back of Swiatek, forehand Rybakina is a winner and it's deuce. But if we are a little bit behind with the ace count and we need to update it, we can update it. But I think we're pretty much right. I don't know about the Billie Jean King Cup match the second time around, but I think we're good because Tennis Abstract has the same as the WTA. All right, deuce. Rybakina's hit 0 aces today. And she hits a fault second serve. Second serve in the back of Swiatek. Return goes wide. And it's advantage Rybakina. Advantage Rybakina. Serve again. Into the forehand Swiatek. Return goes into the forehand Rybakina. She puts it away. Good hold in the end. 3-1 Swiatek with a break. 3-1. All right. Rybakina avoids the double break. It could be significant. Oh, yeah. All right. Back to Swiatek. Three 3-1. As that goes in there by Rybakina. 15 love. Rybakina is not looking happy. Serving to the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina in the net. 30 love. That makes sense about the ace total. That's why I couldn't find the correct total. Yeah. I still don't know, though, because they didn't count that Billie Jean King Cup Finals match, so I'm wondering if they might have skipped that one. But we'll go with this for now, and if it is missing that match, then I guess we'll find out. All right, Swiatek, by the way, playing very well to start. She is hitting the ball aggressively. And she's up 40 love. 7 to the back of Rybakina. Return goes back into Swiatek. As Rybakina slice. Into the net. And Swiatek goes up to 4-1. Yeah, Vukov's there. Someone tweeted that since 2025, Swiatek turns into prime Serena whenever she plays Rybakina. I mean, yeah, she has figured it out. I mean, with Wim Fizet, since he's been on the team, they haven't lost to Rybakina. So they played Rybakina at, I swear they played the United Cup, but it doesn't show here. Why is this happening? Why are matches being missed on the stats? So yeah, Swiatek's won the last 4 matches since Wim5Z's come on board. So it's gone from 2-4 to 6-4. And the only time she's lost a set was that French Open first set where she got demolished. But after that, it was Swiatek clutched it in 7-5 in the third. But yeah, she's with Wim5Z, it's 4-0. So she knows what she's doing. They know what they're doing. And this is the 5th time they've played this year, which is absolutely crazy. Has any other pair played more than these two this year? Just trying to think. Gauff and Paolini have played 4 times as well, right? Has Pegula played Sabalenka 4 times? I don't think so. Like, has anybody else played more times than 5? That must be very unlikely. Definitely not in the top 10. I'm sure there's no one in the top 10 that's played another player more times than this in 2025. I'm just trying to think. Gauff, Pegula, they've only played once or twice. Paolini and Gauff have played 4 times. Sabalenka hasn't played Gauff that much. She's only played it once, I think. Or twice. And she's only played Swiatek once, I think. Keys hasn't played enough players lately. So yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, probably lower ranked players outside the top 10, but I'm thinking with the top 10 players, has any top 10 players met more times than these two? Probably not, right? 5's a lot. That's a lot of times. As we're back in a good serve, and it's 30-love. Winner of this will put themselves in a very good position to qualify for the semi-finals. Love the Christmas tree. Thank you. It's a little bit of a Halloween/Christmas tree. It's Nightmare Before Christmas inspired. As Rybakina into the forehand Swiatek. Forehand Rybakina. Again to the forehand Swiatek. As Rybakina backhand. Into the Swiatek backhand on the stretch. That's a good shot. And then Rybakina puts it long. 30-15. I like how it's a little bit like... Because in the box, it must have been like broken. So it's a little bit like bent. It's a little bit... It's got that weird like kink in it, So it goes like out here. And then it comes back. And then it goes... It's like a little bit off. It's a little bit off. It makes sense because it's covered in cobwebs and pumpkins. All right, 30-15. There's a backhand return. Goes wide by Swiatek, and it's 40-15. And you can't see the baubles on there, but the baubles have like bats and like ghosts on them and like creepy shit. And they're Lego. That's Lego. Lego boxes that I found at the thrift store. Anyway, it's 40-15. Swiatek backhand to the forehand Rybakina. Forehand Swiatek to the backhand of Rybakina. And Swiatek backhand to the forehand of Rybakina. Into the forehand Swiatek. There's Rybakina forehand back behind Swiatek. Too good. All right, 4-2. Rybakina holds again. Wonky Christmas tree, bottom shelf at the supermarket. No, it's just because it used to, like I like it like that though. I'd write like for this aesthetic, it looks good. If it was like a normal looking tree with cobwebs, it just looked crappy. But the tree being like a little bit like broken, it's good. It matches the vibe. Are those artificial cobwebs? Yes. Half of Swiatek Rybakina matches have played each other this year. Weird. Yeah. 4 out of the 10 times they played have been this year. It's crazy. All right, good forehand there by Swiatek, and it's 15-love. Paolini is sick. Yeah, Paolini looked like yesterday she was blowing her nose a lot. So, But also she's playing Sabalenka, who is a beast. So hopefully Paolini's feeling better tomorrow in a must-win match against Coco. All right, 15 love Swiatek. Swiatek serves again. Return goes into the backhand slash Swiatek. Backhand up, backhand up. Into the backhand. Swiatek on the stretch in the net. All right, 15 all. Rybakina is starting to get into this a little bit, at least in the rallies. Rybakina hasn't been able to beat Swiatek for quite a while, yeah. Over a year. All right, 15 all. Love the tree, and it's made out of Lego. No, this tree is not. No. This is not made out of Lego. I said there's Lego blocks at the bottom of the tree. The tree is made of plastic, not Lego. I wish. Can you imagine if I made a tree like that? That's crazy. Not a Lego tree. It's just got, like, I couldn't get any presents because I don't have any presents, so I just put these blocks here to make it look like presents. Anyways, forehand to forehand rally. I don't have that much time to build a tree. Swiatek in the net. I wish. Maybe that's what I should do one day. I need a lot of blocks, though. All right, 15-30. Chance for Rybakina to get back on serve. You should build a Lego tree. Yeah, I just don't have the time. Be cool, though. So just served on the tee, the forehand of Rybakina, return the forehand of Swiatek. Backhand Rybakina goes long, and it's 30 all. Swiatek trying to keep the break. Too early for presence? Never in early. 30 all. Swiatek serves again. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Return goes long, and Swiatek goes 40-30. A friend of mine bought a Lego set of the Titanic. It was $670. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot. 40-30. Serving to the forehand of Rybakina. Backhand. Nope. Swiatek gets the point. Rybakina hit long. And Swiatek holds 5-2 in this first set. Rybakina needs to hold serve in the next game so that she can serve first, at least in the second set. All right. Paolini lost the doubles a while ago. She might not be feeling good. Yeah, she was blowing her nose a lot in the Sabalenka match, so that must have been. Yeah, she didn't seem to be 100% yesterday. Will you stream all the ATP Finals matches? Yeah. These returns on first serves are just not good enough. Yeah, she's trying to hit the return, serve return harder than the serve. I mean, Rybakina is wildly missing. Just like throwing a racket at the ball and hoping that Swiatek isn't ready. Is there a chance that Swiatek could be number one this week? Is Sabalenka out of reach? Yeah, she can't be number one this week. Rybakina is going for a lot of depth on the shots, fewer margins, maybe needlessly so. Yeah, I think she's been better in the first couple of games. She was definitely shaky, but I don't know. I feel like the last couple of games she's been okay. By the way, Chad, I'm just looking at the live rankings. All the points for Turin have been dropped off. So I know the ATP has given Sinner the world ranking, but he was literally number one for 24 hours on the live rankings. It went from he won yesterday and he got to number one, and then today he's down to number two. Shelton's up to number 5 though, which is a career high for him, and Bublik's also up to number 11. So, yeah. All right. Backhand Rybakina into the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand of Rybakina. Again to the forehand of Swiatek into the back of Rybakina. Swiatek backhand on the stretch. Goes wide. 15-love. So, yeah, if Sabalenka doesn't win a match for the rest of the tournament and Swiatek wins the entire event, she still will be 500 points behind, or 400 points behind. So she still needs to... look, Swiatek, best case would be, after the Australian Open, could be number one again. Best case. Because obviously there's points for both players, Sabalenka and Swiatek, to defend in Australia, but after Australia, she could get to number one again if she wins the whole tournament here, and depending on how Sabalenka does it in Australia and also how she does, right? Because she did make the semis. So yeah, 15-love is with a 4-4 rally. We're back in a forehand behind Swiatek again. That's been an effective tactic the last couple of points. Last couple of games. 30-love. Love. Sabalenka will lose 500 points from first week of Brisbane. Yeah, but Swiatek will also lose points from the United Cup. Maybe 300 points. How many points do you get for the United Cup? Let me check. Do you get 500 points for winning that? No, you get more than that, don't you? You get like 750 or something weird number, right? All right, 30-15. So yeah, Swiatek's not. Oh no, you do get 500. So she's going to lose 325 points. So they both lose. They both got. I mean, Sabalenka's got more to defend in Australia because she's got what, like 1,800 points, whereas Swiatek's got about 1,100 or 1,200 points. So that's why I'm saying, like, if Sabalenka doesn't have a good Australian summer in January, and Swiatek does, she's gonna have to do better than last year. So she's gonna have to win the United Cup, or she's gonna have to make the final of Australia. But that's what I'm saying. Best case, but she has to win this tournament first, right? And then that'll and hope that Sabalenka doesn't do well here, which so far is not. I mean, she's already starting well, so. Yeah. All right. Swiatek serving for the set. She hits a forehand behind Rybakina. Nice shot. And it's 15-love. It could be whoever goes further in Australia. It could be, yeah. That would be really fun. Imagine they played in the final. Winner gets to be number one. That could be fun. And to the forehand now from Rybakina right into the corner. 15-0. But I'm saying it right now, chat. Pegula's winning the Australian Open. I'm going to be first because we make the mistake every time when we talk about tournaments. We never mention Pegula, so I'm saying Pegula's going to win Australia. I'm going one step further. Not only is she going to be a chance of being in the finals, I think she's going to win the whole thing. Because nobody's even going to mention her name when we get to Melbourne next year. Everyone's going to forget about her again, and I'm not making that mistake. I'm picking her as my underdog. That's not even a thing. No chance Pegula? All right, we'll see. 30-15. I'm picking Pegula because we don't pick Pegula for anything. So I'm picking her this time. If she wins this, everyone's going to start talking about it. Trust me, chat. If she wins the WTA Finals, watch everybody say, well, Pegula could win Australia. Maybe that's where she wins her slam. You watch, chat. You know. The whole tennis world will get on board with what I'm saying. But I said it first. Day 3. Remember this. Remember today. What day is it? Tuesday. Wednesday. Monday. All right, 30-15. She wins the WTA Finals. People will start saying Pegula equals Australian Open champion. Watch out. But I said it first, so just remember that. So give me a trophy. Anyways, backhand goes out by Rybakina, 40-15. Swiatek to take the first set. And it was really just the start of this set that set the tone. You had Rybakina getting broken early and she could never recover. Swiatek serving too strong. Only one ace for... Oh, we got an ace by Rybakina. I could add that to the total. All right, serve out wide to the forehand Rybakina. Forehand Swiatek is wide, 40-30. You gotta tell me there's an ace, chat. Every time there's an ace, you gotta tell me. We've got to update the list. All right, 40-30, still set point. $40-30. Swiatek serves on the tee, too strong. All right, first set, 6-3. 6-3. All right. The first set to Swiatek. And again, it was only the first games of the match where Swiatek got the break. And that was enough. And Rybakina only had the one break point. Didn't take it to get back in it. All right. Five winners, 6 errors from Swiatek. 10 winners and 17 errors from Rybakina. And Swiatek winning 90% of first serve points. That's insane. That is crazy. All right. Oh, man. Now, we've got Anisimova Keys straight after this. So make sure you stick around for that. Also, we've got matches going on in Metz and Athens at the moment. And Djokovic is playing tomorrow. Do we have the schedule for tomorrow or not yet? Not good enough from Rybakina. She literally got broken in the first game and then couldn't come back. I mean, that's... But Weston, I feel like you're either a very frustrated fan or you just don't like her. Because I get that vibe every time when we watch her. You are always very critical. So you're either a Rybakina fan and very angry when she loses, or you just don't like her. I don't know. I think you're probably more of a fan that's like a pissed off fan. Because you're pretty happy when she beat Anisimova. Frustrated fan. Okay. Yeah. Safina also has a dog called Mia. There you go. Who will win the slams next year? The ladies' side? I don't know. No idea. Let's predict the slams. No. I'm making a video for that next at the end of the year. We'll do that in December. We'll save something to do in December. Swiatek wins straight sets. Does that guarantee her spot in the semi-finals? Yes. I think so. Rybakina just couldn't figure out how to beat Swiatek, but can beat anyone else. Yeah, I mean, Swiatek's just got the formula to beat Rybakina this year. You know, she's figured out how to beat her, and Rybakina hasn't figured out how to turn it around. You know, figured out why that's happening. You know, she hasn't figured that out yet. All right. First set is in the bag. But like I said, the first game of the match, that was where Rybakina got broken. And after that, it was pretty close. Yeah, Swiatek didn't miss any barely miss first serves. I mean, that's ridiculous. So if Rybakina can get a couple of second serve returns maybe Swiatek will have to work a bit harder in the second set. Did Wim 5Z help Swiatek serve? Yeah, that's part, and probably just to be more aggressive. Is that your dog in the background? Yes, she's here. All right. Rybakina serving first in the second. I tell you, this is better because if Rybakina can hold, then on the return of serve, she can start to attack Swiatek, and if she doesn't break, then it's level. So as long as she holds serve, then Rybakina can start to put some pressure on Swiatek's serve. All right. As the return goes in net by Swiatek, 15-love. As we get a fault by Rybakina, second serve. As Rybakina return now to the forehand of Rybakina. Swiatek slice. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Swiatek slice again. Goes in the forehand of Rybakina. Who hits it in the net. All right. 15 all. All right. 15 all. Yeah, you can't really see me. She's too... but she's right there. It's right there. All right. 15-30. As Rybakina backhand. Goes again in the form of Swiatek, and then Swiatek gets a passing shot wide. 30 all. 30 all. Great serve down the tee. Return goes in. I think. What happened? Why did it freeze? And Rybakina wins a point. 40-30. To take the first game of the second. Serve again. Into the back of Swiatek. Forehand from Rybakina. Into the forehand of Swiatek is Rybakina. Again to the forehand of Swiatek. Rybakina. Again to that Swiatek forehand. Now to the backhand of Rybakina. And Swiatek backhand down the line. Rybakina forehand cross court. Swiatek gets it. But hits it out. All right. 1-love Rybakina in the second. Let's see if she can change the momentum. Okay. Your tree is interesting. Thank you. It is it's sort of like a Halloween inspired tree. All right. Now, Swiatek's... Okay, so this is another reason why this is important that Rybakina leading, not just because now she can kind of have a free hit on this one, right? She doesn't have to win this game to level or anything like that. But also, there's more pressure on Swiatek now because she's got to hold to level the match each time if Rybakina keeps holding serve on her side. So Swiatek's first serve needs to even more to be in this, needs to go in more. There's more pressure on her making that first serve now because if she misses the first serve, Rybakina is going to try and hit a winner off the return. So her first serve is under even more pressure. It's been very good so far. So let's see if serving second changes that in any way in the next few games as Swiatek hits that long. Love 15. Because there's the free hit aspect for Rybakina. She can have a free hit on this one. But also, is Swiatek's first serve going to be a little bit shakier because she has to get it in? Feel like she has to get it in, Whereas when she was serving first, when it was 2-0, 3-0, whatever, it wasn't even 2-0. She broke first game, right? So she hasn't been behind in the entire match, and she hits a 4-1 winner. Swiatek 15-0. So just something to we'll keep an eye on over the rest of the next couple of games. The scary Christmas tree. Yeah, it's the night before Christmas tree. 15-0. As a return from Rybakina goes short into the forehand. Swiatek, who puts it away. Swiatek's getting that first serve in, 30-15. 30-15. Swiatek serves again. Serve is a fault, second serve. As the backhand return goes into the forehand, Swiatek. That was a weird spin from Rybakina. And Swiatek hits it out in the return, 30-0. That's a weird backhand. It was a great serve by Swiatek, but Rybakina kind of, I don't even know what happened. Like hit like a shanked backhand lob, but it kind of hit the ground and went sideways. Even the umpire was making making it look weird. She's like, what the hell was that about? Weird bounce. Anyway, it's 30-0. Maybe a bit of luck for Rybakina. Swiatek serves. Into the forehand. Rybakina return is down the line, but it's a let, so it doesn't count. Yeah, had the weirdest bounce. I think it must have been shanked on the return. Because there's no way you can make that spin without a bit of the frame. All right. And Swiatek serves a fault. Big chance. Big chance for Rybakina. Swiatek needs to get a good serve. She serves a double fault. Chat. What did I say? 30-40. Rybakina a chance to break. What did I say, chat? All right. Rybakina with a big chance here to get the break. Second break point of the match. Serve. Nope. Swiatek looking nervous. Cam curse. Bro, that is a prediction. Are you kidding me? Serve to the front of Rybakina. Forehand Swiatek as Rybakina gets the break. Swiatek in the net. All right. The first time in the match that Swiatek is serving down in the set, she gets broke. I look like a genius. Anyways, 2-love. Rybakina gets the first. A little bit of fortune as well. The shanked backhand return that made it really awkward. And also, the double fault was helpful. But Rybakina gets the break. As the return goes out by Swiatek. 15-love. 15-love. And the return goes to forehand. Rybakina. Forehand. Swiatek and forehand Rybakina. And Swiatek forehand in the net. 30-love. 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 Rybakina's won 10 of the last 15 points. And then she says a fault. Second serve. Only the one ace so far. 30 all. As the return goes into the backhand of Rybakina, forehand Swiatek. Again, the forehand Rybakina. Swiatek forehand goes long. 40 love. All right, 40 love. To take a 3-love lead here in the second. Rybakina serves. An ace! There we go. Let's add that one to the total. 4-7-7. 23 away from history, or kind of, not a record, but the second player. Anyways, to get there. All right. Rybakina has all the momentum now. Yeah. By the way, chat, we should play, I don't know how we could do this, but we should play a game where at the start of a tournament, or maybe like at the start of the ATP Finals, we should all, I don't know how we're going to figure this out though, because people are going to guess the same number, but like guess how many aces in the tournament. It's almost like that game, you know, when you go like, guess how many jelly beans are in the jar, and the winner gets the prize. Guess how many aces are going to happen combined in the tournament. I don't know how we'd monitor that, because there might be 4 people with the same answer. All right. How many aces do you think there would be in the ATP Finals? Probably at least 200, right? 200 aces, reckon? Maybe? We could do something like that. How many aces were at the Australian Open? They usually count that. Event stats. Here we go. Ready? No. It just tells me how many aces was hit by the... Okay. I don't want to know that. How many aces were hit combined? Probably 1,000, right? All right. 3 love. Swiatek to serve. Rybakina's got the break, though, in the second. As we get a return the net by Rybakina. 15 love. Love. As the return goes out by Rybakina. 30 love. The player with the most aces and the number of aces per tournament. No, I was just thinking like combined ace total for the tournament. Like most aces in the entire, like how many aces combined for everybody? 30 love. As the return goes out by Rybakina. 40 love. 40 love. As the return goes in the backhand of Swiatek. Rybakina to the forehand of Swiatek. Again, the forehand of Rybakina. Swiatek slicing the net. 40-15. 40-15. What a match. Both players can't seem to play well at the same time. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I mean, the first set, again, it was only one break, and this says so far has only been one break. So it has been an interesting match as Rybakina hits a wide on the return. All right, Swiatek on the board. 3-1. Rybakina with the break. 3-1. By the way, chat, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We are watching every single match of the WTA and the ATP Finals, which is coming up in a week. We're also watching a little bit of Djokovic in Athens next week as well, so stay tuned for that. And then we've also got Davis Cup to end the season. As Rybakina shanks the backhand long. Love 15. This game is the match right here. Yeah, Rybakina has to keep holding serve. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I can't remember exactly which matches, but there have been a few matches where Rybakina has led in a set, up a break against Swiatek, and then lost the set. I think one of those times was it Doha last year that happened? And I think this year it's happened before as well, where she was leading the set, and then she had the break, and she gave it back, and Swiatek took the set. Was it in Cincinnati as well? Cincinnati this year, she was up a break as well. Was she? Roland Garros? Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the French Open as well. Was she up a break in the final set of that one? I can't remember. But there have been a few times against Swiatek where she has led, but she's lost the lead. And that's credit to Swiatek as well. But Rybakina, has been in winning positions before. She was up a break in a set and a break in Roland Garros. Okay. I can't remember the second set. We watched a lot of matches. All right, 30-15. As Rybakina serves again. Couldn't find the set for the AO, but Wimbledon have 1,488 aces this year. Okay. There you go. Yeah, we could probably... I don't know how we'd do that, but that'd be fun. Anyways. Double fault Rybakina, 30-all. Uh-oh. 30-all. First double fault of the match for Rybakina. She needs to back it up with an ace. Which is not easy against Swiatek, because Swiatek doesn't let the ball go past her. Oh, another fault. Second serve. Serving to the back of Swiatek. Return goes long. Wow, that was a bad miss by Iga. She had that. Like second serve to the backhand and doesn't make the court. Overhits it. 40-30. That was a bad miss. And then Rybakina serves a fault. Second serve. Serving to the back of Swiatek. Backing up Rybakina. Into the back of Swiatek as Rybakina backhand goes wide. And we'll get to deuce. Rybakina is missing first serves in this game as well. All right, serve again. Good serve out wide. Return goes short. Rybakina goes straight to Swiatek, who puts up a lob. The lob goes long. There you go. How much easier is it when you get your first serve in? Advantage Rybakina. To take the 4-1 lead in the second. She serves another fault. Second serve. Serving to the back of Swiatek. 4-0 Rybakina, open court winner. All right, 4-1. Rybakina holds. Keeps the break in the second. All right, how are we doing, chat? What's going on? By the way, I don't want to make everybody sad. But we've only got like 3 weeks of tennis left. Like probably 20 days left of tennis. That's about it. 20 days. And then then there's no, well, there is tennis, but there's no professional tennis, top level tennis. There is plenty of challenges if you want to watch those, but there's no more WTA or ATP in 20 days. But then all of a sudden we'll be back. It'll be like 2 weeks. We'll feel like we're back in like it'll be a week later. We'll be back. Maybe Swiatek has money on Rybakina getting 500 aces. Yeah. Well, she's not. She wouldn't be returning the serves if that was the case. I'm not sad. I think we all need a break. It's been a long season. I agree. I feel like this year has been very... I think the reason why this year has been so hectic is because we've had to adjust. We've had to adjust to Cincinnati and Canada, right? That was an adjustment because those tournaments started like midweek and they went for 2 weeks or a week and a half, and then those tournaments kind of was really strange. But we also had like, that US Open mixed doubles was an extra like whole thing to watch. There've been a lot of tournaments that we wouldn't have watched, but because of certain players playing, we've watched them. Obviously, we've had some very... we've had a lot of Alcaraz Sinner matches, which are personally, they're exhausting to prepare for and to watch because they're also such a big deal, and I get nervous and scared. Love 15. But then there've also been like lots of new players coming through that we've been watching, like Eala for example, and Boko over the last couple of months on the women's side, Fonseca on the men's side, right? So I feel like we've watched a lot of challenger events, which we hadn't done in the past. Swiatek gets a winner, and it's 15-0. Yeah. Swiatek serves an ace. 30-15. Canada especially felt like 4 weeks. 30-15. As the return goes in the backhand of Swiatek, and Swiatek gets a wide 30-0. Why do you get nervous about Synchronized matches? Because I just don't want to I want to do a good job. That's basically it. I want to make sure that I don't mess it up. 30-0. As with a backhand. Nope, that's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As a return from Rybakina goes to the forehand to Swiatek. Rybakina forehand on the stretch. Goes long. 40-30. 40-30. I wonder how many matches we've watched this year. We've definitely watched, probably more than last year. Maybe. As that goes in the net by Swiatek, and we get to deuce. So I think we've watched probably around 750, maybe 780 matches, which is a lot. I think, give or take, about 780 matches this year. All right, deuce. As the return goes to forehand to Swiatek. Forehand now from Rybakina. Into the forehand to Swiatek. As Rybakina forehand again. Into the forehand to Swiatek. Rybakina backhand. Into the forehand to Swiatek. Cross court the forehand to Rybakina. Swiatek forehand of the net. Advantage Rybakina to take the double break and serve for the set. And we still have we might watch 800 matches this year. We might watch 800 matches this year because we've still got 3 weeks left. Yeah, we've definitely watched over 700 matches. We did last year too. All right, advantage Rybakina. Swiatek serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. I'm definitely not going to watch 1,000 matches next year. There's no chance. 7 to the backhand Rybakina. Backhand Swiatek into the backhand Rybakina. Swiatek backhand again. Goes long. 5-1. Wow. What a turnaround. Swiatek serve. Not as effective in this second set. The first serve has gone missing. Yeah, I think 700 is my limit. Like any more than 700, and it's like any 800 is like the limit. There's no way I can watch 1,000. But also, I feel like if we did 1,000 matches, a lot of them would be just. I'd be so tired that it just would be a shit stream. Like it wouldn't be worth doing because it'd be crap. You know, I'd be too tired and it wouldn't be fun. All right, 5-1. Rybakina serving for the set. 7 to the back, and Swiatek return goes long. Man, Swiatek's missing these second serves as well. The second serve returns against the Rybakina serve. All right, 15 love. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand. Swiatek. Return goes to the forehand. Rybakina. Swiatek hits it out. 30 love. As Rybakina serves, Swiatek returns it. But Rybakina puts away the smash. 40 love to take the second set. Rybakina serves. Is a fault. Second serve. Is a double fault. All right, 40-15. All right, 40-15. There's been another fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand of Rybakina. Into the backhand of Swiatek. Rybakina backhand. Again, the backhand of Swiatek. Hits it wide. There it is. We're going 3. 6-1. Rybakina in the second. First set she's won on a hard court against Swiatek in nearly 2 years. And that was a statement. 6-1. But Swiatek will be serving first in the third. Okay. Six one. A lot of errors by Swiatek. 4 winners, 19 errors by Swiatek, and 4 winners and 10 errors from Rybakina. And Swiatek's first serve points won went down to 50%. She was 90% in the first. By the way, she did still serve a lot of first serves in. Like her first serve percentage is still high, but she went from 90% to 72%, well, 50% in that second set. So she's dropped. But look at the second serve points. That's the big one. Rybakina has been able to attack the second serve a lot more. But yeah, Swiatek's first serve is not as effective. Maybe a couple of missed first serves and she was playing a little safe and hitting this first serve a little bit slower, which meant that Rybakina could attack the first serve as well. All right. We're going 3. Swiatek needs her serve to work again. It is not helping her like it was in the first set. Ideally, 7-6 third set. Whoever wins it makes it a good match. Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. I'll take that. I'll take a third set tiebreak. Let's go. We can't have it now because now we've set it. Oh, wait. They haven't started the match set, though, so it doesn't count. It only counts when the first one is played, so we can't use the T word once the first point's been played. Those are the rules that I've just made up. So we can't say that word as soon as they hit this first serve. So it's okay. We haven't done anything. All right, who you got, chat? Who have you got? Swiatek serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes into the forehand, Swiatek back forehand out from Rybakina into the forehand. Swiatek as Rybakina forehand again to the forehand. Swiatek. Rybakina goes down the line, but it's long. Swiatek wins the first point of the third. 15. Love. Serve again. Here's a fault. Jeez, man, this serve's disappeared. Second serve. The return goes back and Swiatek. Backhand from Rybakina. Swiatek goes to forehand Rybakina, and then Swiatek shanks it wide. 15-0. This is what the WTA Finals is all about, chat. This is what we haven't had. We had a good Gauff versus Pegula match. When I say good, I mean it was close. The quality of it wasn't great from Gauff's serving point of view, but this is what we expected. You know, we expected this to be a battle. Even if it hasn't been quality, as high quality as we'd hope, but it's still a very scary matchup for Swiatek, even though she's been winning this matchup lately. 30-15. Swiatek serves again. Down the tee, great serve, but it's called a let. As the return goes in net by Rybakina, and it's 40-15. 40-15. Pegula played well against Coco. She did play well. All right, 40-15. As with a fault, second serve. Serving to the front of Rybakina. Front of Swiatek. The front of Rybakina. Great shot down the line. Swiatek slices it back, but it goes long. 40-30. Nice aggression from Rybakina. All right, 40-30. Swiatek serves again. backhand of Rybakina. Forehand Swiatek goes long. All right, deuce. Swiatek is missing a lot on the ground strokes now. It looks like you're rooting for Swiatek, Cam. And? All right, deuce. If that's true, then what are you trying to say? All right, Rybakina hits out in the return. Advantage Swiatek. Advantage Swiatek. Swiatek serves again. A fault. Second serve. We have a battle? Yeah, we do. By the way, Charles, how many months have you been a member? As it is served now the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand of Swiatek down the line goes wide. Back to deuce. You know what I got to do, chat? Over the off season, I need to update the tennis ball members because some of you have been here for so many years that we're going to run out of badges. Four years, Charles. You've been here for 4 years as a member? That's crazy. Anyways, advantage Rybakina. Peaches have been here for 41 months. Thank you for the 41. Yeah, I'm going to have to update the badges. Just so that there's more. We're running out of colors. We're running out of colors. Anyways, return goes into the back of Swiatek. Back into Rybakina. Into the forehand Swiatek. Is Rybakina forehand. Again to the forehand Swiatek on the stretch. Goes in the net. There's the break. Wow. Rybakina's on fire. She breaks first game of the third. Wow. All right. First game of the third. All right. All right. Now, plenty of work still to do for Rybakina if she's going to get this win. Still not over yet. One love Rybakina. As the backhand return goes out by Swiatek. Swiatek just can't hit the returns anymore. 15 love. As the return goes the backhand of Rybakina. Forehand Swiatek into the backhand of Rybakina. And Swiatek backhand into the forehand of Rybakina. To the forehand Swiatek as Rybakina wins a point. Swiatek overhits it. Again, missing in the rallies. 30 love. As Swiatek wins a point, 30-15. Swiatek gets a backhand wide. 40-15. Rybakina to consolidate at the break. $40-15. And Rybakina serves a fault. Second serve. And she hits a double fault. $40-30. And then an ace down the tee. All right, Rybakina 2-love. All right, that's her third ace of the day. All right, boy, somebody asked about Swiatek's first set, winning first set, losing match stats. Let's talk about it. So, when she wins the first set, Swiatek, in 2025, she has gone on to win the match 54 times and lost once. Can anybody tell me the match that she lost from winning the first set? She's only lost one match after winning the first set this year. 54 out of 55 she's gone on to win. Can anybody name the one match? In fact, Swiatek's only been to 3 sets. 3 times after winning the first set. So this is the 4th. Keys in Australia. That's it. Keys in Australia. That's the only time she has lost from a set up. And she had match points in that match. So it was close. But yeah, she's gone on to win them. But she's been taken to 3 sets after winning the first set by Keys, by Schneider in Madrid, and by Le Mans in the US Open, which was very random. But that has been she's only lost once. And she had a chance to win that match too. And Rybakina has come back 7 times after losing the first set in 2025. And she's lost 15. But the last time she came back from a set down was actually in the final in Ningbo, where she had to win that match. Well, she didn't have to win that match, but winning that match gave her an opportunity to qualify for this tournament. And here she is. So, Alexandra Eala won the first set 6-3, and then she came back and won the match. She also came back in Cincinnati 3 times in a row after losing the first set. 3 times in Cincinnati. Sorry, 4 times in Cincinnati. 3 times in a row, and then she lost in the semis. 3 times in Cincinnati. She lost the first set and won. 4 times she lost the first set, and the one that she lost was the Swiatek match. So yeah, Rybakina over the last, she's won 5 out of her last 9 matches after losing the first set, which is pretty crazy. Before that, she had barely won a match from a set down. Fixing? What are you fixing? Are you building something? 30-15. Swiatek serves into the forehand of Rybakina. Swiatek into the forehand of Rybakina. Swiatek forehand in the net. 30-all. Man, Swiatek is making so many errors. 30-all. Chat, this could come down to Anisimova versus Swiatek. The winner goes through, loser goes home. That's how we're going right now. That's where we are right now. That could possibly be the situation if this keeps going on. I'm not trying to jinx it. You are. It has been a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Return goes to front of Swiatek. Swiatek gets a wide. 30-40. Rybakina to get the double break in the final set. to get that double break. 30-40. Swiatek with the serve. Serving to the back of Rybakina. Return goes in the net. We get the deuce. All right, deuce. Swiatek serves again. Into the back end of Rybakina. Swiatek forehand goes long. Advantage Rybakina to take the double break. Advantage Rybakina. Swiatek serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Rybakina. Great return. Swiatek backhand goes long. Oh no. Rybakina with a double break. 3-0 in the final set. I don't know how many games she's won in a row now, but it's a lot. She's won 8 games in a row? Cam getting angry now? Why what are you talking about? Why would I be getting angry, chatter? Do I look angry? Chat, do I look angry to you? Do I look chat, do I look angry? Do I look angry to you? Hello? Do I look angry? All right, 3-0. No, you don't. Thank you. You look heated. Well, you're just being a troll. Okay. Rybakina looked a bit shocked there, yeah. How do you lose 9 games? It happens. $3 a.m. is the witching hour for Cam. Yeah, it's a normal hour for me now. I've never seen this kind of comeback. Really? Rybakina versus Sabalenka in the finals, my prediction? Ooh, okay. Okay, here we go. Rybakina with a double break final set. Now, this is the WTA and anything could happen and there's never over. Might be 3-love Rybakina, but Swiatek could win this 6-3. That could happen. That could definitely happen. And if it happens, I'm taking the credit. I'm taking the credit. I said it. All right. Rybakina to serve. If it doesn't happen, well, whatever. 3-love. There's a backhand return. Goes out by Swiatek. 15-love. Love. As Rybakina serves. The return goes in the forehand of Rybakina, and Rybakina hits a winner. Ooh, that's clean. 30-love. $30-love. Please tell me the last time that Swiatek lost 6 games in a row, definitely a fixed strategy. You're a member and you said that, Ron. What do you mean? 40-love. You're a member. You're supposed to... You can't be... What are you saying? Come on. By the way, she lost 6 games in a row when she got bageled by Keys in Madrid. So there you go. Last time it happened, probably that time. Anyways, 40-love. It's a backhand return, goes to forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina hits it long. It's 40-15. Rybakina for a 4-love lead. You meant 9 games in a row? Yeah, I don't know when the last time that happened, but I wouldn't... I think your tinfoil hat's a little too tight today. Just... Yeah, relax. It's 40-15. Serve out wide the forehand of Swiatek. Backhand of Rybakina. Into the backhand of Swiatek. That's a good shot. Rybakina slices it back, though. Into the forehand of Swiatek. Rybakina forehand of the stretch. Swiatek down the middle. Rybakina's backhand goes into the forehand of Swiatek. Again to the forehand of Rybakina, who hits a winner. That's just clean hitting by Rybakina. 4-love. Swiatek didn't play a bad point either. That was just too good. All right, 4-love. Where's Weston? Weston must be doing cartwheels. All right, 4-0. In the final set, Rybakina. This is quite a performance. Swiatek serves. Rybakina returns it short. Swiatek comes to the net, puts it away. 15-love. Yeah, we've got Keys versus Anisimova next. By the way, it hasn't been 10 games in a row because Rybakina won the first game of the second. It's only been like 6 games in a row. Swiatek wasn't 1-love up in the second. She got broken the first games, remember? So people are counting wrong. If you're going to count the games, you got to count them correctly. I think it was 4-1, right? Swiatek held it to get one game at 4-1, right? So it's only 6 games in a row. Only 6 games. All right, 15-0. Yeah, Swiatek won a game at 3-love. So it's only been 7 games now in a row. But the big difference, right, is the first set, Swiatek was serving at 71% of first serves in, 90% first serve points won. Second set, same percentage of first serves in, but she only won 53% of first serve points. And then this set, she's winning less again, 43%. So after that first set, Rybakina just started to read the serve. The first serve, and that hasn't been a weapon for Swiatek since the first set. The first set, it was on fire, and Rybakina couldn't return it. But after the first set, Rybakina just started to figure out how to get that serve back. And her serve has gotten better and better. So it's been harder for Swiatek to return her serve. So it's kind of, the stats are sort of flipped. Gone from Swiatek's serve being untouchable to Rybakina's serve being untouchable. 30-0. Rybakina return the back of Swiatek. Swiatek gets it out. What is going on? 30-40. Rybakina is putting on a statement here. She's like, I'm winning the WTA Finals, damn it. This is a statement. This is like when she beat Sabalenka in whatever tournament it was. Was it Cincinnati? When she demolished Sabalenka and we're like, what was that? It has the same feeling. Like she is flexing. 30-40. As the return goes in the forehand of Swiatek. Rybakina forehand on the attack. Goes down the line to the back of Swiatek, and Swiatek gets it wide. What? Okay. Wow. Rybakina. I think she might want to win the WTA Finals. I don't know about you, but it looks like she's playing pretty serious right now. I think she might want to win this title. I don't know. Holy hell. Commentators always want Swiatek to win and Sabalenka to lose. Best part to see them sad inside while Swiatek loses. Who, on TV? Do they always root for Sabalenka, do they? Weird. That's interesting. She came fully prepared. Yeah, I mean, the first set, Swiatek was serving better. And Rybakina... Really, by the way, chat, the first set, let's just break it down properly. It was only the start of the match where Rybakina got broken, and that ended up giving Swiatek the first set. Just a bad start from like if Rybakina doesn't get broken in the first game, she might have won the first set and it would have been over, right? But it was only the start of the first set where Swiatek was serving well, but then got the break really early to hold and win the set. Since then, it's all been Rybakina. She is not. I mean, even at the end of the first set, I think Rybakina might have had a break point sort of at 4-1 or 5. What was it 4-2 or I think it was 4-2? Might have had a break point. So, as you know, the first like 10, 15 minutes of the match, it was all Swiatek. But then Rybakina since then is, well, now she's dominating, but she was in the match probably about, it was just a slow start, really was the difference in that first set. And now she's about to bagel Swiatek. This is how you break a streak of losing to somebody 4 times in a row. You bagel them. It's crazy. The one in love is insane. And she serves an ace down the tee. And Swiatek does not look impressed. She is not happy. She is not happy with how this has gone. And she knows that she's going to have to beat Anisimova to qualify now. 15 love. Serving to the forehand. Swiatek return the net. 30 love. $30 love. Rybakina serves again. Fault from Rybakina, second serve. Do you think Iga was too confident from the first match? No, I don't think so. I mean, I think that first match was misleading because it was more like Keys was definitely not playing, not 100%. As that goes wide by Swiatek, 40 love. Like, Swiatek played well, but she was playing against Keys, who clearly wasn't fit enough to take Swiatek on. She was giving a lot of errors to Swiatek. So the first match might have, wasn't really like a test, I guess. It was more, Swiatek playing solid, but Keys nowhere near her best. Whereas this match, Swiatek's been challenged, and look what's happened. As Rybakina hits a second serve ace to finish the match. I mean, it was 3 sets, but it was it though. It didn't feel like a 3-setter. The first set was. I don't even remember what happened in that first set. It didn't even matter, right? Nothing. Whatever happened didn't matter. Wow. Rybakina demolishes Swiatek in the final set. 6 love. What is that score, Peter?
Crazy to think that Dasha bageled Iga like in 2021. Then she was not bageled till this year, where she got 2 bagels already, and the 3rd is coming.
Yep, she got bageled 3 times already this year, and yeah, you're right. Dasha was the last player to do that before this season. So yeah, good stat. Thank you for the 5. Yeah. So pretty much, I think we can safely say that Rybakina is probably making the semis because she's going to play Keys, and Keys, we'll find out next, how Keys looks. But based on what Keys looked like in the first match, you would think Rybakina at least gets a set against Keys to qualify. And it will come down to, if Anisimova wins this, it will come down to Swiatek and Anisimova. I think if Anisimova wins in straights, Rybakina qualifies, right? I think. I mean, the fact that she's demolished Anisimova and pretty much demolished Swiatek is insane. Not insane. It's like she's definitely capable, but it's like we knew she was playing well, but now she's playing she's playing this well. She's beaten Alexandrova. She's beaten Palini, right, in the last couple of weeks. She's beaten Anisimova. She's beaten Swiatek. She's beaten 4 top 10 players in the last couple of weeks, Rybakina. She is in crazy form. And not to mention, she's also beaten Fernandez and Mboko as well. So a couple of other good wins there as well. So, I mean, we knew she was in good form, but this is like next level form, right? Because Anisimova, Gauff, they've both been winning as well lately, right? They've both been playing well as well. But Rybakina is like just demolishing people. Like, it's crazy. It's so good though, because we love, like, if you're a Rybakina fan, you love this. We love to see this. All right, I'm going to send you over to the next one. We're going to see how what this match looks like, because we'll try and do the math, but I think because she lost a set, Rybakina, she still has to rely on other results. She can't qualify yet, I don't think. But then again, maybe she can. If Anisimova beats Keys, maybe that's enough. And Rybakina will qualify. We'll find out. Because I think it goes on head-to-head countback, so maybe it does. Maybe she will qualify if Anisimova beats Keys. But, yeah, jump on over there. We'll watch Anisimova Keys, see if Anisimova can bounce back. Also see how Keys looks, because we know that she wasn't fully fit in that first match. By the way, thank you, Boham, for the 10 months. Appreciate that. All right, Rybakina wins. 3-6, 6-1, 6 love.